Emergency transmission to the Galactic Council. This is Zoyar reporting a catastrophic mission failure. I attempted to understand human exercise protocols and nearly achieved permanent system shutdown. Send rescue pods immediately. Fellow cosmic beings, I made a terrible miscalculation. After successfully infiltrating human society, I decided to study their mysterious ritual called exercise. The data suggested humans voluntarily torture themselves for entertainment. My analytical processors dismissed this as impossible. No species would deliberately cause self-inflicted damage without purpose. I was spectacularly wrong. My research began at a human torture facility they call a gym. The entrance featured intimidating imagery of muscular specimens flexing their appendages. Warning signs everywhere proclaim things like no pain, no gain, and feel the burn. I should have retreated immediately, but scientific curiosity overrode my survival protocols. The facility's atmosphere reeked of desperation and something humans call sweat. Apparently, their cooling systems malfunctioned during physical exertion, causing liquid to leak from their pores. On my planet, leaky beings are immediately quarantined for system repairs. I approached the first torture device, a treadmill. The human attendant, identifying herself as Brandy with an I, enthusiastically explained the concept. Humans climb onto this moving surface and walk nowhere for extended periods. When I questioned the logic of traveling zero distance while expending maximum energy, she responded with vacant optical sensors and repeated encouragements about my fitness journey. My first attempt lasted exactly 47 seconds. The machine accelerated beyond my coordination capabilities, launching me backward into a rack of colorful spherical objects. The humans called this fail entertaining, and several recorded the incident on their communication devices for posterity. Brandy suggested starting with something easier. She introduced me to dumbbells, which ironically made me feel incredibly stupid. These metallic objects serve no purpose except being lifted repeatedly in the same location. Humans grip them and raise them skyward, then lower them, then raise them again. It's like watching a broken elevator operated by optimistic maintenance workers. I selected what appeared to be a modest 5-pound weight. According to my calculations, this should pose minimal challenge to my advanced alien physiology. I was mistaken. After 3 repetitions, my appendages began trembling uncontrollably. The weight felt like I was lifting collapsed neutron stars. Humans nearby observed my struggle with what they called supportive energy, but their facial expressions suggested poorly concealed amusement. Next came the resistance bands, thin elastic strips designed to simulate the experience of being slowly torn apart by opposing gravitational forces. The instructor demonstrated proper form with fluid movements that seemed almost graceful. When I attempted replication, the bands immediately rebelled against my coordination systems. Within moments, I became entangled in a web of rubber strips that would make spider species jealous. My limbs twisted in configurations that defied 3-dimensional physics. The more I struggled, the tighter the bands constricted. Humans gathered around, offering assistance while simultaneously capturing footage of my predicament. The cardiovascular equipment proved equally devastating. The elliptical machine promised low-impact full-body conditioning. Instead, it delivered a disorienting experience resembling a malfunctioning spacecraft simulator. My legs moved in unnatural elliptical patterns while my arms pumped handles connected to nothing meaningful. The combination created motion sickness typically reserved for interdimensional travel. After 17 minutes of elliptical torture, I discovered humans measure exercise intensity through something called heart rate zones. My cardiac system, designed for the low-gravity environment of my home planet, began operating at frequencies approaching emergency shutdown. The machine's monitoring systems detected readings so extreme that facility staff considered calling medical assistance. The free weight section introduced me to squats, an exercise requiring humans to lower their bodies toward the ground, then return to standing position while balancing heavy objects on their shoulders. This seemed manageable until I attempted execution. My leg joints, evolved for graceful floating movement, rebelled against the unnatural motion patterns. During my first squat attempt, I descended normally, but discovered my ascending capabilities had mysteriously vanished. I remained trapped in the lowered position, resembling a broken landing craft. Multiple humans assisted in extracting me from this compromised pose, though their helpful suggestions about proper form were delivered through barely controlled laughter. The yoga class promised gentle stretching and relaxation. The instructor's description included words like restorative and peaceful. These descriptors proved wildly inaccurate. Yoga challenged my flexibility systems beyond operational parameters. Poses with names like Downward Dog and Warrior 2 sounded like military maneuvers from ancient conflicts. My attempts at these positions created anatomical configurations that violated several laws of physics. During Warrior Pose, I toppled sideways, creating a domino effect that disrupted an entire row of practitioners. The instructor maintained professional composure while suggesting modifications for beginners, though her patience appeared strained by my spectacular inability to achieve basic human positioning. The final catastrophe occurred during planking, an exercise requiring horizontal suspension above the ground, using only arm and core strength. Humans demonstrated this position with admirable stability, maintaining perfect form for extended durations. My attempt lasted approximately 4 seconds before complete structural failure. I collapsed face first onto the exercise mat with the grace of a meteorite impact. The sound echoed throughout the facility, momentarily pausing all other activities. Concerned staff rushed to assess potential damage to both myself and their flooring systems. After this humiliating defeat, I retreated to the locker room for recovery and reflection. Even the simple act of changing clothes presented challenges. My limbs, traumatized by the exercise experience, refused to cooperate with basic motor functions. I struggled to remove my athletic garments while other humans efficiently transitioned between their exercise and civilian attire. The shower facilities offered additional bewilderment. Humans voluntarily subjected themselves to hot water bombardment after already enduring physical torture. This seemed like compounding suffering unnecessarily. When I questioned a fellow gym patron about this practice, he explained something about muscle recovery and hygiene maintenance. My analysis reveals that human exercise represents a fascinating paradox. They inflict temporary discomfort to achieve long-term physical improvements. This delayed gratification concept challenges my understanding of logical behavior patterns. Yet humans display remarkable dedication to these painful rituals, returning daily despite obvious suffering. Perhaps there's wisdom in their approach that my advanced intellect fails to comprehend. Or maybe humans simply enjoy elaborate forms of self-punishment disguised as health maintenance. Either way, my investigation nearly resulted in permanent system damage, and I won't be returning to study their torture facilities anytime soon. This is Zoyar signing off while still recovering from human exercise protocols. Next week, I'll investigate why humans voluntarily consume beverages that burn their taste receptors. Until then, may your gravity remain consistent and your resistance bands stay untangled.